before you cover certain things. So you have to go to the root before you go to the top. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what I was trying to say is that, look, this whole black mindset thing, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's a bit mad. Like, I don't know. What do you mean? What do you mean by black mindset? Like, what is a black mindset?
Real talk.
Because if you think about it, yeah, to be black is just to have melanin, yeah, cool. Now we all know that colored people, not just black people, like Indians, everybody who's opposite to being an English Caucasian is treated differently on this planet. Yeah. So my thing is, I feel like, all right, cool. Even though like the darker you are, maybe the worse it gets for you, you still get treated with racism. You still get treated with prejudice, being whatever color you are. So I'm saying this. With there's so much being different cultures of black and people having mindsets of, this is our culture and this is our culture, this is the way we run it. I don't think there is a such thing as having a black mindset, if you want to say it like that. I feel like we're a colorful people, so we're gonna have loads of different ways to express ourselves and ways to think, and that's just the way we are. We're not bland. We don't have one way of thinking. We're not. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Is there not something this can say is black as opposed to Asian or Indian as opposed to white?
Can you repeat that? So go on again.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I would suggest that when we're hearing this word black mindset, we would say cultural expressions or cultural ways of thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Because you can definitely see a difference with the way, let's say, people from India or in India think and behave. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think?
Yeah. I still feel like it's different because it's just like, look, it's like this, yeah. Cool. History has affected the way certain people think. You understand? But don't let the media fool you and make you think that everything you see on TV about black people or everything you see on social media about black people is the only way black people and the majority of black people think in the society. That's nowhere near the way. And go on.
No, brother, that's not. Hear what I'm saying? As a collective, yeah, even the Indians, they have many differences among them. So if you put Pakistani, Bangladeshi under that, they still have a lot in common. They have differences, but they still have a lot in common that sort of crosses over from their cultural lines. Yeah. So some are Hindus, some are Christians, some are Muslim. Right. But they still have something that identifies them, you could say, is from the Indian subcontinent, as they call it. So I'm saying with black people, like Africa, for instance, they've got certain traits, even different islands, they have a lot of different things between the islands. But as a Caribbean whole, there's a lot of similarities too. So we're saying as black people, let's say specifically England, because we're been treated in a certain way, there's certain things you develop as a survival method, which becomes your culture. Do you get me? The way you think. So
I feel that. That makes sense. But
that's not a black mindset, though. I hear what you're both saying.
I'm saying this, look. The mindset of self-defense is different to the black mindset. There's no such thing as a black mindset. Like that's a label that has been given or that we've made up. Like, for example, the only reason, look, I'm trying to rise above the physical and rise above this whole thing of black, Indian. Even though I can't be flipping, blind to the fact that we are living in a world where we are treated differently, and I'm saying this, I feel like the only way, and it sounds so mad as well, but the only way these things like, all right, cool. Let me ask you a question before I say this. What's the purpose of the question?
Okay.
So
the purpose of the question was what the topic are there when we're talking about
like wait, one second. Mom? Hey, Mom. All right, 1 second, guys. I have to sort out something. Hi.
Would it be funny to get licks?
Wait, one sec.
That's all right. We're here for you. We're here for you.
Yeah.
What's
One second.
Brother Nayy.
What are you saying?
No.
Sorry?
Because you're doing something in it. So, Brother Nayy.
Yo, fam.
Yeah, you were saying that's not a black mindset. What I'm saying is if the identity is black, I'm saying we might have a collective, for instance.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. Like, we have a collective defensive mechanism, something that we've inherited over time. I can hear that. But to call it a black mindset, I don't know. No.
Right. So I'm saying it's then incorporated in the culture. So the children are sort of raised. Yeah. So the parent might say, don't go here, don't do this, and so on, which you might see other kids do.
As simple as that. You get me? And that goes down. You get me? Fuck the police and them kind of thing. Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying where your white friend might be wondering, like, what's going on? What's wrong with you and the police? And you just be like, nothing. Have you done something? No. It's just that police and us, you know what I mean? They're the people that cause us problems. Do you get me? So clearly that's part of the black mindset and not part of the white mindset. Do you get me?
But differently, it depends on one what one would call a man's extreme or radical views towards being black. You get what I'm saying? Because there's certain black men that idolize the police and will tell their children to work for the police force. You get me? So it's
no, but I'm saying the predominant view amongst especially Afro-Caribbeans, right? And then those that came afterwards is that the police are, the whole justice system, right? So that's the framework of, you're kind of like the people that are supposed to protect you are the ones that might cause you the worst, the biggest problems. Yeah. So they're not giving you justice. So then therefore that sort of sets your viewpoint of life, you know what I mean? Of whatever you're going to do. Because if you're going to work, there could be an incident there and the police have to be called. You could be driving down the road, another incident there, the police have to be called. So all different kind of scenarios, the police and the justice system could be involved in your life. You get me? So this is one major thing, which is setting the black mindset, which white people generally do not have as a collective. There's always going to be a few that don't follow that.
I feel that. But this is you're talking about a temporary mindset for this war that's going on.
Yeah. But my thing is, what I've realized is going off of your point, bro. Like, man, this is like Dr. Francis Chris Wilson kind of shit. Like, going into psychology and real deep into how man have been affected after slavery. You get me? Like, it's real life because these things need to be logged, fam. Like, what would we class as that black mindset then? Because that needs to be addressed, bro. Okay,
can I put it in a different way then? When I say mindset,
like my thing was beefy. Like what do we collectively?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Is there a black community in that sense? Like, a black community where there's a large community with the same mindset, like all want to achieve one goal in the UK, or is everyone fragmented, like doing their own thing? Do we have that one big
definitely
group of people who are on the same thing, on the same goal?
No. I feel like what do you classify as your people?
A community, innit?
A community of what? Is it something? Is it black people? What? Like, what do you classify as your people?
Yeah, okay.
Because I don't feel like there's a foundation to this conversation.
Okay. When I say about the black community, that's what the question I'm going to ask. Do we have anything like a black community? I know there's an Asian community, the Chinese community.
Right.
Yeah. But is there African? Okay, let me put it this way: is there African community, like big African community, where we all come together as one for one purpose, like maybe in bettering Africa or something like that? Do we have that?
We don't. We don't. I have not seen any, but you could see that some areas are more like Ugandans. Usually,
I'm coming back.
You know why it's glitch?
Yeah, you see that the Ugandans and the Somalians likes to be in a particular area, but aside that, you don't actually have any specific black community like the way we have Asians and then the Jews or even Muslim community. We don't have that in. I have not come across any and
Well, there are, but we're split up in it. We're split up. Like as you said, we're segregated in it. So man are diasporan or homelanders are just sticking to their country.
My next question is, this is a good question, but I know I'll get it somewhere. What I want to know is, what can we do, or should we be doing something in the UK to be addressing that problem, or is it just meant to be the way it is?
The point is, most blacks are not rich like other race. So they usually, most of them, not say majority, but most of them are reliant on the local community housing system, right? So I've seen is that they try to disperse blacks, across, instead of grouping them or segment them in the area. And the reason behind is that due to the crime rate in the area when that happened. So we haven't helped ourselves when we are together, and then so they took that opportunity to disperse blacks, and that's the difficulty that we have to have.
Well, I think I have an idea. I feel like I have an idea. Yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So my idea is a couple of things. Yeah. First of all, to gain power. Yeah, because I feel like the issue is everything that's happening to us, yeah, as a people, is because we don't have power over ourselves as a nation. So we have to gain power over ourselves, and the way we do that, yes, mom. Hello, mom.
Go on, carry on, man.
Wait, one sec. My mum's here.
Yeah, big up the panel, innit?
Nah, I'm talking to gang. They. Yeah. I'm cleaning up right now. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Sorry. All right. Cool. Yeah. So as I was saying. Sorry. Yeah. We need to gain our own power as a people. So there's key things in which you do to that they use to control us. So, like, for example, one thing is media. Yeah, we need to control our own media. What comes through to our people, the messages we put through to our people. These are important things. Yeah, like, for example, one also thing I've noticed. Yeah, is that there's a Chinatown. Yeah, but there's no Africa town. I feel like that would be good as well. Like having a almost like a street or something in which we own everything around that. Like, owning things is very important in the society we live in. And I feel like not only you're talking about division and all these things that are going on today, like about how the Jewish community and the Turkish community and the Indians have their community.
Let me get one Magnum, please, boss. Yeah.
Wait, is that Jedi?
Yeah, what?
What are you saying, my Jedi?
Just come to collect the
Maggie,
still.
So yeah, what I was saying, yeah, like you man was saying, the Indians and all them other cultures have businesses set up. They have one mindset that they follow. Yeah. Now, the only way we can do that is if we have, obviously, a thing that we follow together. It's almost like a rota, it's almost like a culture, or one culture. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of hard to do, yeah. When you got like black people who follow this, black people who follow that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know. We have to find something in which we can get everybody under one mindset. It all starts in the mind. That's all I wanted to say to you.
That's true. As far as you see, there's a lot of division in the blacks community, right? When like a Nigerian come, they go in their own way. They don't commemorate with the other African countries, and so with the Somalians and then Ugandans, all the African countries. We not kind of unite together, okay? We don't see ourselves as one family. And I give you Hackney, for example. There used to be a lot of blacks there, right? And they actually mess up the identity through crime, drugs, and things like that. So because of that, the government is trying everything possible to not allow a community to fester. Okay, and the fact that we are not rich.
False, uncle.
No,
Okay,
but that's
false.
fine.
That's
no,
false.
no,
That's
wait,
false.
hold
But
on.
Why are you saying false?
The first thing you're doing.
Why you know? Fire!
The first thing you're doing, yeah, is
Yes.
you're laying the blame on the victims. Yeah. So those people that live in
We
the community.
allow ourselves to be that.
Sorry, brother.
Go
Those
on.
people in that community, yeah, they are victims. They are
Of
victims
what?
of the
Of what?
environment, of the poor resources.
It's the hate they were given
One
that made
second.
them the way they were.
And plus, yeah, you got to look at all the factors that contribute to that area. The drugs and the crime. You want to blame the drugs and the crime, but we know, like for instance, the guns are not made in that area. The drugs are not made in that area. Where are they getting the drugs and the guns from? Now, if you are aware of what goes on the ground level, you would be aware of police officers that sell man them guns. You'd be aware of army people that leave the army and come and sell man them bullets. Yeah, you'd be aware of the Indian man that sells man them heroin. Yeah.
Actually, you are confirming what I was saying.
Or the Turkish.
That's what you are confirming.
Now, but hear what I'm saying, yeah.
We allow ourselves to be infiltrated. We allow ourselves to be used.
It's not.
I mean,
it's not
seriously. Can you do the same to any other community? Like you go to the Jewish community and sell drugs and sell.
Are you comparing the Jewish community to the black community?
Give an example.
All right, cool. So what's the difference? All right, I agree with you. But now let's look at what the differences are in the communities, uncle. You know what I mean? Let's look at the difference, Theo. Like, what are the differences? The Jewish community, what is the difference? They have their own police force, they have their own ambulance, do you know what I mean? And they have their own money and resources.
Power.
Yeah? And on top of that, they have their own land, even when they're not even supposed to have land.
That's power.
Even when they're not supposed to have land, if they are actually Jews, yeah, they still got land. What do we have?
They own something.
Can I ask you something? Okay.
Go on, brother.
What we are failing to understand is this, that there should be a leader, okay? There should be somebody who is able to rally us around one common goal. We don't have that, okay? Like the Jewish community, even the Indians, yeah, when they are coming, they all stay in one house and then try to work hard and save money, and then they buy a house, then they keep buying for each other until everybody got their own home. Okay, they open a shop, they look for the next opportunity, they buy, and they keep moving. We don't have anything like that. We are more of individualistic. We like to do things on an individual level.
And I'm saying, is that our origin? Is that our default setting, or is that something that we've become?
Yeah, okay. First of all, if we're looking from our background, right?
Yeah.
We were disadvantaged, right? We were disadvantaged. But the point is, for how long are we going to stay in that default position?
How long does the effects? I'm not saying we have to stay in that position, but how long is the effects of that disadvantage? Like in boxing, sometimes, or in UFC, sometimes you might poke somebody in the eye. Yeah, they need a few minutes, to regain their composure.
Yeah.
Sometimes somebody gets punched below the belt in the privates. They need some time to regain their composure. Sometimes a man is kicked in the head or kneed in the head when he's down, and that is an illegal move, and that guy cannot get back up. So we got to talk about the impact and the actual results or the consequences of the initial blow that put us in this state first. Let's discuss that, and then we discuss whether it makes sense for us to still be in the position we are or not. Being a man that you believe in being a Hebrew, then you got to be talking about the curse that your people have on you. Yeah, and the curse that's on your people. And if that's the curse that's on your people, is it prophesied for mankind to raise up out of that curse, or is something supposed to change before that curse is lifted? Tell me, as a Hebrew.
Okay,
and that's the beauty of it.
The curse, as it's stated in the Bible, is that there's no way we will always be at the bottom. Okay, reason is that we will not push each other to gain position and help each other to build a community.
Can we go against the prophecy?
I feel like that's stupid.
Can we go against?
I feel like that's the spell right there.
Look through history.
Wait.
You can say it's stupid all you want, but
let me
can you
explain.
look into history?
Wait. Can I
wait
just
for
say
a second? Let somebody finish, then you come in, please.
All right, go on.
Okay. Look, there are so many examples to cite. You know, you go into a job, you try your best, and then all the time you see your other fellow race are being given promotion, and you try your best, and they don't give you, they don't help you to move up the ladder. Okay, it happens even where I work. It happens. Okay, and this is something that kind of like create a dent in our conscience, right? So we always allow ourselves, like, okay, this is where I am, so I just have to stay there. I don't want to rock the boat. You know, it's kind of like we are not that we are afraid, but we don't want to cause some, majority of black don't want to cause problems. So they kind of stay in that default position. Now, where we are now is what can we do? Okay.
No, but can I say something? You said, I remember you just a minute ago, you were saying something about a prophecy. And the prophecy is what keeps us trapped. This is what we're fulfilling the prophecy. Now, look, I don't believe in prophecies. I believe we make our own future. The future that we're creating is what we're being. I feel like, look, when you're saying, look at history, yeah, and basically comparing it to the Bible and what's going on in the Bible, I feel like the only reason why we're enacting that is because that's all we've been taught. So it's a scientific fact that whatever you've been fed your whole life mentally is what you're going to enact and out into the real world. The fourth dimension, which is your mind, is always going to. Wait, so who's that speak? Sorry.
Yeah, it's Ezra still. And big up yourself, Glitch. I remember you still.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So
I'm just saying. So, are you saying the slave ships? Yeah, of our ancestors was we reenacted that? We acted it out, basically. Are you saying that? Are you saying that the yoke of iron?
No, hear me out. I'm saying this, yeah. Look,
you know we ain't saying that.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying.
But he's saying he don't believe the prophecies.
That's what he said. He doesn't believe in prophecy.
I don't believe in prophecies because I believe we create our own future. You're talking. I feel like, look, from when you're born, yeah, you're taught to believe in something, and you're constantly fed this reality that's going to come in the future. That's all you're going to psychologically work towards because your choices are based off of what's in your mind.
So
and it's always in your wait, hold on. Go on. Sorry?
You don't know about it. You know what I'm saying? If there's a prophecy, no, I'm going to get to the point, bruv. Watch this. One sec, bruv. If you've never heard of the prophecy, yeah? If you've never heard of it, and then someone else comes and says, look, this was prophesied for you people. What about that? How can it have influenced them if they didn't know about it?
Listen,
exactly.
But that wasn't the case, though.
No, that was the case. Majority were not aware. Majority were not aware of this prophecy.
Whoever the young man is, Glitch King. Yeah.
Sorry,
bro.
One second.
Go on.
Glitch, brother. My response to that is, I hear you, but what I'm saying is, what you're saying is basically, like, because these things are implanted in our mind, basically, we're subconsciously just acting it out. But what I'm saying is, the slave ships, all these things were prophesied hundreds, in fact, thousands of years before it happened. Yeah, the yokes of iron. Listen, I'm showing you the yokes of iron around our neck. Yeah, the auction blocks. Yeah, the Israelites filling out the prisons, us being a nation that's robbed and spoiled. All of this is prophesied well before it happened. You know what I'm saying?
But
so it's not saying we enacted out these things, man.
But
anyway, what I'm saying is,
it's in the Bible.
In the Bible. But the Bible, oh my God.
If I jump in.
Hey, Beefy, moderate the thing, Beefy.
Yeah, someone moderate still.
Okay.
Moderate, appoint the people. Come on.
Okay, Glitch, go. Okay, Sarah come in, then Glitch. Then go on from there.
All right.
Let's take like 2 minutes,
Nayy after Glitch.
Yeah, first of all, I don't know.
2 minutes, each.
First of all, I don't know who Glitch is, but he's talking so much sense to me right now. Yeah, he's a young man, and as a young man, we need young people with them kind of minds. Secondly, I was listening to I was listening for a while, and I was saying, and I'm gonna go into my talk show, but anyway, what I'm saying is the reason why black people are acting this way amongst one another is because there is no written code amongst us. And I'm talking about globally. There is no written code amongst us to say, this is how we act with one another given this situation. Okay, what the problem is, and there's a reason why we don't have it, bro. I don't know whose feedback that is, but it's crazy.
Bro, Phil, you might, brother Phil.
Wait,
Yeah.
What was you saying? What was you saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, wow.
Theo, mute your mic, brother Theo. Mute your mic,
Okay.
please.
Yeah, so the reason why we act a certain way is because we don't have a collective code. Now, we can talk about Jewish people and we can talk about Hindus or Asian. They have a collective code amongst themselves, right? The reason why black people act a certain way is because they don't have a collective code. The problem with black people is there are codes that we all live by, yeah, and try to implement, yeah, thinking that we can act as one. We've got some that act on an Islamic code, some who act on a Hebrew code, some who act on a Christian code, some who act on a this and that code. The bottom line is, which is what I'm going into, I'm telling people it's not a fucking joke, yeah. I'm writing, or it's being written, yeah, a code. Fuck everything else. If you don't abide by this code, then go fuck yourself. And literally, that is what I'm doing, because people think, right, in the times that we're living in, the times that we are actually living in, we need something to go by for the times we're living in. And we can see that the old codes aren't working. We can all see it. That's why we're on this hangout talking about this stuff. Hebrew on there, Muslim on there, this man on there, Christian on there. It's not working. We can see this, yet and still, we still hold on to all these codes, right? So what we need is a unified code, yeah, that supersedes all of the codes that you lot got. And if we don't abide by that, then really and truly, bro, go do your thing. Because I ain't got time to be unifying with someone who's got their own code. You can't unify with people who don't have the same code as you. It does not work. No one does that. And
Exactly, but that's the
problem.
problem. So what code are you using?
The problem is, yeah.
Remember, 2 minutes.
Give me like 20 more seconds. Give me 20
give
more
the order.
seconds.
It's going to be glitch. Just give the order.
Yeah, like give me 20 more seconds. The problem is that people say, "Oh, Sarah, you're divisive. Oh, Sarah's divisive." No, bro. I've pointed out that everyone's got their own code and there's no unity. This is why we keep having these same old conversations. The bottom line is, erase that. Come up with a new code and say this code supersedes everything. And that is how you will come to some kind of universal agreement.
Glitch?
Idiot thing still. But...
Glitch, you still there?
So what I'm saying is
Ezra, wait your turn, bro. Ezra, wait your turn. Ezra, wait your turn. Wait your turn, bro.
All right.
Keep the order. Glitch, you there? Glitch the Nayy. You come in?
I think I'm supposed to be going.
It was Glitch the Nayy. Then Ezra, then you. Yeah?
Yeah, fam.
Okay.
From what Sarah said, fam, that's the realest thing I've heard in a minute still. Cause I think I was trying to touch on that earlier with Mama Frances Cresswellson. It's like we necessarily don't know what we need to come together collectively and write up this universal code. Cause fam, I don't understand how anyone's got any other argument for that, fam. Because we can see the Israelites, you get me? We can see the Hebrews there. We can see the Muslims. We can see the Christians. We can see the divisiveness running rapid throughout the community. And it's like, cuz it needs to stop, fam. Like, man trying to argue their point. It's long, fam. Like, what are we saying?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, yeah, we need to be able to unify without, bringing religion into it, fam. And that's the thing. How can you do that if someone is just concentrating on the religion that you have and not what you share as
Ezra,
cultural? And sorry, it can still, because what I'm saying is, as long as the people, listen, as long as the people are like-minded.
What's your point, Ezra? Then Sarah come in.
What I'm saying is, as long as the people that are planning to unify together are like-minded, yeah, and all
when you say like-minded, expand on that.
One second. Sorry, wait there, man.
I like it. You have to be spiritually in tune, fam. Like, if you have to see the same goal.
That's what I'm saying. So how can you unify with somebody, yeah, who basically you've all got the same goals now. Say it's guiding the youths, yeah. You've all got the same goals, get me? And you know what I'm saying? Everybody is united on that one goal. In one way or another, we want to guide these youths. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's education-wise, whatever, fam. You get me? And then bam. Yeah. Why can't we just all focus on that joint goal instead of fussing about what religion and what next man and this and that? You know what I'm saying?
I tell you
Don't
why,
make
though,
sense.
Ezra. I tell you why, yeah? Because if I was to ask you, yeah, if your Muslim brethren asked you, or your imam asked you, or your mosque asked you to come over to the Muslim side and stop working with the youths, would you do it? And you know what, bro? 9 times out of 10, them man that's aligned with whatever code that it is, where it could be Hebrewism, yeah, it could be Hebrew Israelite, it could be Christian. If they said, "Yo, bro, come over here, man," hang on, no, Ezra, I'm telling you, bro.
That's a lie. You watching some bullshit, sir, because that's a lie, my brother.
It's not a lie.
To be brotherly and then congregate together. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, wait, 1 minute, guys. One voice at a time. No one can hear each other.
Sorry, let me finish. The reason why I say that's the truth is because at the essence, at the core of every religious person, they hold something higher than the thing that we are speaking about on this panel. At the core of every one of you, whether you be Muslim or Hebrew or Christian, you hold that higher, yeah, than what Sarah Garvey will be speaking about. And I'm telling you, the highest thing that I hold is the thing that I'm talking about. Fuck everything else. The highest thing that I hold
let me show you
is the thing that I'm talking about.
Let me show you.
What's the highest thing?
Let me show you. Go on.
Yeah, what is it?
Yo, man, just tune into the Black Opinion. You get me? Like, you guys are gonna hear it. That's all I'm saying right now.
Sorry, let me show you ignorance.
Well, one at a time.
So, Sarah, are you serious? Like, I'm saying, what's the highest thing you hold? Like, you're not gonna say?
No, the highest thing I hold is my politics, right? So my politics are Black nationalism and Pan-Africanism. That's the highest thing that I hold. Above everything else, yeah, is to unify. However, within that, I understand what it takes to unify. I understand, and I'm telling you, I cannot unify with people who hold something higher than that. Because if there are people waiting on a God, or they're waiting on a heaven, or they hold that higher than Pan-Africanism, bro. They hold that higher than Black people being good on this planet, bro. They hold that higher, and I'm saying you can't work with me. Right? There's a bit mad echo, but I'm saying I'm not saying that I can't work with you. What I'm doing is I'm analyzing your thing, and I'm saying, bro, you can't work with me, you know, because you hold.
Why do you have to analyze their thing?
No, bro.
Just analyze.
I tell you why. I tell you why.
Hey, Beefy, let me come back at this.
I tell you why. I know, but I tell you why. Yeah. I tell you why. Yeah. The new God, fuck the old God. For me, the new God needs to be us. That's the new God. I don't care about Allah, Jesus, Yahweh, bro. I'm telling you, I don't care. The new God is us.
Stop worrying about people's God.
No.
Worry about
Listen. If we don't hold ourselves in the same higher capacity as we hold God, then, bro, man can't unify with you, bro. And I'm just being real with you, bro. I'm being 100% real with you.
You guys are just missing the whole point. You are missing the whole point.
Beefy, appoint me to talk now.
Yeah, wait a sec. Wait, Ezra, let Theo come in, then Issa, then you can come in, Ezra.
Yeah, thank you. See, the point is, it's not about the religion, okay? It's the mindset. For example, if you go to the Indian community, they have their own various form of worship, but they also understand that business is paramount. They also understand that education is key. So what they do, they help each other to get on top of that ladder. Okay, what we are facing as African or Blacks is that I said it's individualism. We don't care about what the other guy is thinking or what he wants to do. We care of what we want to achieve in our own lives. That's the problem. If we come out of that quagmire, then we can actually form, something that can bind us together. Okay, it's not the religion. The religion is there, of course, that is there, but that all of this community we are talking about also have their own religious background, but yet they still help each other. They still have a common goal of like, okay, if this guy get there, I can also be there. Or somebody can say, okay, this child need help. He's talented. What can I do to help him?
My brother,
you understand?
My brother, I disagree with you. The point that I'm making, is when you analyze the Abrahamic religions specifically, the Abrahamic religions, and I've said this so many times that it seems to go over people's heads. The Abrahamic religions specifically tend to root out other people's spiritual systems. They don't live in harmony with other people's spiritual systems. They have a supremacist way, okay, of dealing with other people's spiritual systems. Bro, the Akan, and the Ifa, and the Yoruba, and the Shona can all live in harmony. I tell you why. Because if they have their spiritual systems aren't vying for supremacy. The problem is with Abrahamic religions, they're vying for supremacy, which is where you find the conflict.
Hold on, let me respond. Beefy, all right, Michael. Hold on, will you need?
Hold on. So what? Because Sarah's saying this is what system follow, Sarah? Because you're not saying something. You're just pointing. Okay, what should follow? What is the solution, Sarah?
Timo, let Issa come in and you can come in.
Because Issa going to be on a long thing. I just want a direct question, a direct answer. Issa going to be in a whole different thing, man.
Wait. Let me come in. Issa, wait 1 second. The order. 2 minutes. We're not having a debate. We're having a discussion. So it's not that we're trying to pinpoint one person to be wrong, right? We're having a discussion so we can find a way forward. So we're not having a debate. We're having a discussion. So if someone says a piece, don't take it personally. Just I like what I'm saying, and you come and say your piece. So it's not coming back and forth between two people. I want everyone to have a say. Yeah, Issa, come in.
All right. So as I was saying, Sarah mentioned a few, but somehow Sarah, who mentions Kemet quite a bit sometimes, seemed to forget how Kemet was warring with other major black nations around it. And in relation to the ones he's mentioned, who said in history they didn't have beef or warfare? Sarah, I would like to ask you a very simple question. In relation to your own politics, as you're saying, are you going to be the one to write up this political theory? Or are you saying there's already people there and you and them people should unite?
I'm saying that it's being written right now, bro. Like
it's being written by yourself.
And I'll say this. The problem, another problem that we have is that we keep thinking too big without even understanding the basics and then getting the micro before the macro. Okay, the micro is clan, and I've told people that already. The micro is clan. If you can't get a clan of people together in your own circle to think your way, how the hell do you think you're gonna get a nation to think your way? The most people on this panel, I asked them, and this is not a disrespect. Do you have a whole clan that thinks like you? Just say you got 10 people that you think like you.
We do. Me and Kemo do.
A lot of people. Right. Okay. Now listen. The people that have, are either Muslim, they're Hebrew, they're Christian. So they've got a bag of people that think like them. I'm talking. So we understand that there are clans out there with people that have the same thinking as them. I'm saying to people, these are the clans, because I look at things like clan. That's just the way I look at things. So if you look at those clans together are very individualistic. They will vie and war for trying to be supremacy, for supremacy. Sorry, I'm saying the clan that you need to, for me, and forget, like, this is just a personal thing. I'm not asking anyone to follow me. Do you get what I'm saying? But for me, the thing is, if I align myself with a clan, I need to look for other clans now that have the same ethics, similar views.
Sarah, 1 sec. I think we all agree, especially me and the Hebrews agree on exactly what you're saying, right? My point and question to you is, as you're saying, it's being written by who? Because therefore it's an experiment. It's an experiment, and how can we trust it's going to work?
Exactly. Everything's an experiment. Bro, do you think Islam's not an experiment, bro?
No, we have a backlog, and we have
Bro,
history
let me
and
tell you something. If Islam were an experiment, bro, it would have worked. Tell me where it's worked, fam.
bro, I can go into that on your show. I'm saying in relation
this is
to
what
me.
I'm telling you, bro. It ain't worked. Hebrew.
You keep in the question. So I'm asking.
Let's not make it back and forth. Everyone else have a say in the panel. Don't make it back and forth, Isa. Yeah.
Because he didn't answer my question, bro. I'm just trying to get.
That's why I said I want Issa to come on. Issa gonna go on a long thing. I just want Sarah to answer the direct question, the point that Sarah was on. Issa, you turning the conversation a different way. I want him to talk back to what he was saying. He's saying we should leave everything. So if we should leave everything, what should we follow then, Sarah? Show us, Sarah.
Right. Okay.
Show me. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Tell me.
I totally
try to mute other people's
listen,
mic if they are not talking.
I hear you 100%. The codes are being written. That's all I'm saying. The codes are being written. So, yeah, if I present a code to you now, if and when, yeah, I present a code to you now, yeah, and I say, you know what, you're saying, oh, what should we follow? And I slap it on the table and say, this, read it. There you go. Read that and tell me.
Sarah, I'm asking for Pacific, Sarah. Come on. This is plain things, my brother. You white just like I'm white, Sarah.
Hang on.
You understand, my brother? Tell me directly, Sarah. What should we do then? What should we throw away?
Listen,
and what should we replace?
Let me tell you something. Yeah, I'm gonna be 100% real with you. You take it or leave it. Yeah, I've got to be vague for the purposes of my clan. That's all I'm telling you. I've got to be vague. But what I'm saying to you is, yeah, if I was to slap something on a table and give you something and say, there you go, bro, that thing you got right now, dead that. Yeah, here's a new thing. Would you do it?
What is it though?
Right.
You basically follow you blindly. What is it?
No. Never follow any man blindly, bro. I'll give you the thing.
So that's what I'm asking you. Break it down in detail. You said throw away the Bible, throw away the Quran, throw away Christianity. Now what should we follow, my brother? That's what I'm asking you.
And
what should we follow? And what guidelines should keep us together as a community? What should we do, Sarah?
It's not finished yet. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not finished. Listen, I can 100%.
So you don't know.
No. Listen. No, listen to what I'm saying to you. Like, please listen to what I'm saying to you. It's not that I'm saying, yeah, throw it away. Right. I understand that the reason why black people are holding on to all these things is because they have nothing else to jump into. I'm not stupid. Do you get what I'm saying? A lot of black people are saying, you know what? We're having these conversations for. I can look at the landscape and say, I can see why black people are having these conversations, you know, because they can see something's wrong. They can see things aren't working. They need something to actually move with. Yeah. And I'm saying that takes time. So I'm not saying that it's ready yet, but I'm saying it's being prepared. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I think, okay, somebody should come.
I don't have everyone's view, and it comes back, so I don't want to be back and forth. What everyone have to say was to all our problem, man. Tell you what, this one person, want everyone to have a voice. Shani, come in.
Sure. Okay. Can I come in there?
Let Shani come in, and you can come in afterwards. Yeah.
All right.
I was going to say, right. So we drop everything. We drop all the stuff that, all our belief systems, right? Now, who is this for? I'm gathering it's for black people. Okay. Is that right, Sarah? Sarah, listen to me.
Sorry, Sarah. Say that again. Say that again. Sorry.
I'm saying we drop all our religion. Okay, so just think everyone's dropped all their ideologies and their religions and their ways of life, right? And now we're going on to what you're on. So who is this for? This is for black people.
This is for because we can see, like I said, this is my politics is if we look around the globe, yeah, and we analyze our situation collectively, we can see that we're at the bottom of every single social economic ladder in every single country.
Yeah.
We can see that. So do we need to have a universal code to stop that from happening? I would say yes.
This is for black people, right?
Of course it is.
So,
why not?
Okay, no, I find that's fine. So now this is my question. So then what I need to know in your system, who is black?
Black people are black.
But who is black in the blacks in the system? So who's going to be?
Because you're mixed race. Okay. Okay. I get it.
It's not even from my mixed heritage. I just mean there's obviously some people. Yeah, well, my mixed heritage, but there's also some other people who have a less unless a black mixed
Right.
with
So
me.
I'll say this. I'll say this. Yeah. I'll say this. I will never ever, Shani, yeah, because you're mixed, you've got mixed heritage. I will never ever tell you who you are.
No. Sit down.
What? Oh, what's that? That's mad. Yeah, what I'm saying to you, Shani, yeah, is I will never ever tell you who you are. You would have to tell me who you are. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say
whoever identifies as being black.
Exactly. No, but the thing, okay, you identify as being black.
Yeah, so they can join your code in your system.
All right. Well, if you made your declaration and you made your declaration, you're black. Then okay, cool. But I'll say this. But I'll say this, bro. If you make your declaration, yeah, don't think you're hopping back. Oh no, you ain't hopping back. Whenever you feel like it, you made your declaration, bro. So you're gonna have to ride that to the wheels fall off.
Do they die in your system? Do we kill the ones that leave us, Sarah?
Kill? Who's talking about killing?
So how can it? But then the thing is, how can they go back? Like, no, but seriously, we're gonna think. If we think about it, we think about some.
You're talking about. Listen, you're talking about war, bro. Listen, I'm not talking about killing no one. Like, loud that.
You just said if you made a declaration to say that you're black, okay, and that you're a part of the movement.
Yeah.
If they want to leave, what happens to them? You just said they can't leave.
No. If you leave, that's you. That's your gone, innit? Like, gone, bun out. Then like that. Go where you're going, innit? But don't listen. The bottom line is, it's like this. If you got friends, you got family. If your friends tell you that they ride for you, yeah, and then they show you that they don't ride for you, all right, cool. Well then, fuck off then. Don't ever in your life expect to come back over here because you told me you were riding for me, and then you showed me that you weren't. Yeah.
So then, kind of like the people that like live in America, you know, the ones that wear the hood and they live in their little societies. When they leave that, they're shone forever. Like the whole family just lives in like that kind of system.
Boy, that's that. Boy, you chose that, not me, innit? Like, how you gonna listen? Yeah, how you gonna sign a contract to say, yeah, I promise to do X, yeah, and then you don't do X, bro? If you fuck off of that contract, then fuck off out of that contract. Then it's really that simple. Like, you chose that because what I tell you, what the thing is with me, I will never ever tell a person. I've told people this already, and this is the difference with me. This is the difference with me and religion. Religion does not have a requirement for you to study it before you join it. Okay, that's not a requirement. I could become Muslim tomorrow. Man, say my shahada and I'm Muslim. Bang. Yeah, I can say
that's not true.
No, yes, it is true, bro. I tell you something.
No,
if I went down to Speaker's Corner right now, yeah, on a Sunday, and I said to Shamsi, you know what? I want to become a Muslim, you know, bro. They'll be like, oh my God, Alhamdulillah, and they will say the Shahada, yeah, and then.
But that's not Islam.
But
that's not Islam, bro.
Don't bring doctrine here now.
But what I'm saying is, yeah.
I'll keep on track. Let them make it one person.
Hang on.
On everyone else have a voice, yeah.
I think Sarah's been on for longer.
But my brother, I can dip my head in water tomorrow and say that I'm Christian. I can be born again and be a Christian. The point is, there is no prerequisite, yeah, to know what you're getting into before you become a part of it. Now, any other system, whether it be lawyer, doctor, architect, you want to, whatever, you got to study before you get into this thing. There's no, you're just, we give you a doctorate. No, bruv, we got to know that you passed the bar, yeah, to be a doctor before we call you a doctor. Religion does not have that requirement. So I'm going to let you know, if you're going to join something, bro, you study the thing. Don't just think you're going to join tomorrow. Nah, bruv, study the thing. If you study and then after the study, Shani, after the study, if you decide to become a part of it, because it's not, you don't have to. If you decide, then that's on you. And if you sign the contract, yeah, and then you bust out, go fuck yourself, because you knew what you were getting into.
Sarah.
But this is the thing. That's what we do when we join our ways of life in the first place. It's because you don't complete your way of life. You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't complete it. It can't be completed. Do you see what I mean? Like, we can't complete our deen. It doesn't get completed.
Everybody's gonna have to sign a contract.
Even if I agree with what Sarah is saying, it doesn't make sense one bit. You know why? It will end up like a new religion, because basically you saying
exactly.
Yeah, wait.
Exactly.
and then
that's my whole point I was asking. It's your rules. So you started the God. Stop that shit.
I'm not the God.
Come on,
I'm not the God.
One voice. Hey. Let one
Come
person
on,
talk.
guys. I was on the floor.
Let the person finish talking first, then you can come in.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
it's going to help anything. I know it's emotional, but it's not going to help nothing.
Sarah, we don't need any superficial code, okay? We don't need it. What we need is we have to reconscientize ourselves, okay?
What does
we
that
have
mean,
to,
brother? Reconscientize ourselves. What does that mean, bro?
Well, I will explain it. Okay, first of all, where we get our education is a key, okay? We don't have our own school to train our own kids to follow a certain path that will lead them into like a uniform, society. We don't have it.
What is school but a temple, bro?
Sorry?
What is school but a temple where children go to get indoctrinated? What is school but a temple?
So, okay, you hear me at first. I'm saying we don't have any schools here in UK.
Right, I agree. I agree.
Which we can indoctrinate our children to follow this new set of mindset or new set of ideas. Okay, that's one. Correct. And two, Africans are not the same as we know. We are divided. Okay,
I agree.
From tribe to clan to family, and all this division and race among ourselves. Yeah. In itself is a set of barrier, okay? Some Africans don't see others as the same as themselves, or they are kind of like they are different, okay?
I agree.
Don't mingle. That is one. Another point. The third point is that all the other set of or groups that we are talking about, the Jews, the Asians, the Chinese, these people, yes, they may have their own set of religion, their own set of segregation among them, but yet they have one purpose: education, business, power.
Right.
Okay. These are the three things that unite them, regardless of whatever religion they come from. Okay. Yet, like the Jews, for example, the so-called Jews, right? Most of them don't even
so-called Jews. Okay,
most of them don't even believe in the Torah. They don't even believe in the Bible.
Yeah, a lot of them are atheists.
Yes, but yet they still prosper. So it's not religion per se. Okay, so and then some of them are devout Jews. So the point is not the religion; it's the mindset of the people.
No, but they have a code, though, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. They have a code.
The code is what I'm saying. They want to see each other prosper. Is that what we see ourselves as blacks?
Right.
No.
So when I said to you, right, people are talking too big right about now. Yeah, people are talking about the Jews are Jews, bro. The Jews have got their thing locked down pat. Yeah, we can't even come together with 10 men and say, do we all agree? Do you understand? Like, there's a difference. So what I'm trying to say is, when you start to form your clan first, forget trying to form a nation. Form clans first. I'm telling people, it's not a joke. Yeah, you start small first. With anything, you start small first. We keep thinking about, oh yeah, let's all unify. How am I going to unify? And that's a big thing to unify.
I kind of agree with
so
the
when
clan
you start
thing.
small first, so when you start small first and start aligning your clan, yeah, these are clan codes. Okay, so this clan has a code. Your clan has a code. This clan has their code. The codes are compatible with our other clans' codes. All right, cool. Let's make a super clan. Yeah, the 3 clans come together, say, "Bomb, listen, I do this, bro." We ain't even talking about spiritual systems right about now, because really and truly, I don't give a damn if your spiritual system ain't about trying to superimpose, bro. You can worship your TV for all I care. I don't care, because the TV is not what you hold dear. What you hold dear is this code right here, right now. Okay, so when you start to form a clan, yeah, and the clans start to go by the codes, what happens is it grows, and the clan becomes a nation of people. Yeah, and then you start to influence other peoples. People keep talking about, oh yeah, let's all unify. Bro, unify with who? You guys can't even come together as 10 men. What are you talking about? But you unify with who? You guys are talking about this man was created from mud. This man was created from clay. This man was created by God. This man was created by Allah. Unify with what? What are you talking about? You hold
But
that
don't that go on your foot? You saying you can't sit with nobody at the table? Sorry, that's what I'm saying. You only going one way, but you forgetting the ways that what you doing, my brother.
No, but hang on. But wait.
Okay, wait. Sarah, 1 second.
Sorry, go on.
No, wait. Okay, I don't need to be back and forth. So now, what I'm supposed to do, instead of coming with criticism,
sorry, I'm gonna mute. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I've been waiting for a long time, bro. I've been talking for a minute, my brother. I only get 10 seconds in and mute my mic. Come on, man.
Okay, let's see. When Sarah finishes, I want people to talk. I don't want to come with a problem. I want them to come with a solution as well in part of their argument. Yeah, I don't want to be back and forth. So when you say this is a problem, I put you identify the problem and come up with a solution of their own. Then we can work from there. But this is going to be a back and forth with Sarah. I don't want that to happen. Yeah. So everyone comes with their own what they see as a problem is and what they think the solution could be. Then we can move on from there. Yeah, go on, Sarah. Then Kemo can come in next. Can try to keep it short, please, people.
No. Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been talking a lot, and I heard Kemo talking in it. So, like, not to be disrespectful to you, Beefy, but he actually wanted to say something. So I prefer if he needs to get it off his chest, let him say something.
Come in, Kemo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, what's your solution though? Because everything that you're saying, you still ain't give us no solution. You keep saying, "Oh, hold on, wait on it." Like you're the black option or whatever.
1 minute, Kemo. 1 minute, Kemo. I'm joking.
Squid Jedi, man.
I'm joking, man. Sorry, man. Go on.
Yeah, but I'm saying you keep saying wait, it's coming. So it's basically we waiting on Sarah plan. Sarah is the God.
No.
And when he bring it, but that's how it's coming off, my brother. If you're not sick, because I keep asking you, what is the plan?
Listen, Listen, let me tell you something. Like I said,
that's what I'm saying. You just throwing out hot air there, my brother. Because you're not. It's like you saying, okay, forget this or forget that. But and we all say, okay, forget it, Sarah. And we all standing on you, waiting on you to say what to do. Nah, tell us, my dude.
I'm giving you my opinion.
I disagree with that.
Kemo, I'm giving you my opinion though. This is the thing. When I give my opinion, yeah, you can take it or leave it. You don't have to take it. You can say, "Fuck Sarah, I'm going back to Hebrew Israelitism." That's down to you.
No, but that's what we trying to build. We coming on the common ground. I'm trying to reach the common ground.
Yeah, but Kemo,
your opinion, me saying fuck that. That's dumb, bro.
Yeah, but you're not hearing me, Kemo. Kemo, you're not hearing me. I'm telling you, I'm not lying to your face. Okay, and I'm not gonna bullshit you. I'm telling you, I'm not unifying with no one that has anything in their hand that disrespects me. I'm not unifying with you, bro. I'm telling you. So
how have I, like somebody like me now,
hang on,
who haven't disrespected you?
Kemo,
how can you unify with me?
Kemo, let me tell you something. You've never disrespected me personally. I never saw it.
I haven't. So how can you can't unify with me?
Kemo, I'm talking about the thing. This is what I'm trying to say. People keep taking this personally. Kemo, this ain't
personal. I'm trying to show you that you just saying this one thing. So if somebody like Isaac Ishmael come up here now and say, okay, then all you guys who are African, not saying he gonna hold his stance now, he probably changed, but I'm just giving from a past view. All you guys that's African or your African beliefs, y'all stay over there. I can't come with y'all. It's the same thing you doing.
Yeah, but Kemo,
same thing you running from Tazariak, my brother. The same shit you keeping Tazariak and them doing is what you doing.
No, but Kemo, I'm doing this as Kemo. Let me just please let me explain my point. I'm doing this as a defense, not as an offense. I'm doing it as a defense to what you hold in your hand. I've read what. Hang on.
That's crazy. All right, I throw my book down. That's what I said. I throw the book away. Say throw the book away. What is it now then?
If you throw the book down, let's talk, bro. Let's talk, bro.
How ridiculous that sounds. So throw it away. We're gonna talk about what we're gonna do, sir.
Like I said, bro. Like it's up to you, innit? You ain't got.
Hey, Kemo,
bro.
ask a question, yeah.
After today, you can say fuck Sarah. I don't even mind, bro. Do you know what I mean? But
you're not making sense, my bro. I would never say fuck you. That's your type of mentality. I would never say that. What's up, Boopy?
Kemo, answer a question. What would be your solution?
My solution is like it says, we love each other. We don't steal. We don't steal from each other. All these shits that we commonly know as a common, not no up man shit. The common shit that we all got inside is not to do. Don't steal. Don't cheat on your wife. Don't cheat on your husband. Don't beat your wife. The normal shit. So that's why I want to see what. Hold on, Beefy. How you gonna tell me to explain and you gonna jump in? Don't do that. So out of the normal common sense shit, what is Sarah bringing different? That's what I'm trying to understand. Okay. What is he bringing different out of the normal things that an average person can grasp? What is it? What is his thing that can say, yes, that's it, let's run with that? He's not saying that.
That's a bad question, and it needs to be addressed.
No, that's a good question. It is a good question. It is a good question. And I tell you where I'm. That's a good question, and I tell you where I'm at with that specifically. Yeah, I went back. If we go further back into conversation, we said, whether we agreed or not, we can look at our current situation. Yeah? We can look at it. Right, there's a bit of feedback there. I don't know who's not muting their mic. But,
if you're not talking, please mute your mics.
We can look at our current situation and say, we can clearly see this ain't working. We can clearly see it's not working for us. Regardless of what, ideology we hold in our hand, we can see it. So, obviously, me looking at it objectively, these systems that we are all buying into are not working for us collectively. Yeah? So this is where I'm at with that. So while the code is not written yet, yeah, I'm being 100% real with you. I ain't saying that I got the thing tomorrow to slap on the table to you to say, boom, this is what you do. I'm letting you know that's not there yet. Yeah. But what I am saying is that we can clearly see that the one that we currently have is not working. So what we should do in preparation for something to come along is, for me, it's my opinion, is start shedding the stuff that doesn't work for us. Because when we start shedding the stuff that don't work for us, yeah, I can start talking to people and be like, you know what, I think this. And if I know you're talking to me without that ideology that's disrespecting me in your head, then bro, we can work on something. Do you get what I'm saying? But if you're still holding on to that, bro, it's not gonna work. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm trying to say you talking from a point of somebody attacking you. I'm talking from me who don't attack nobody. I ain't never attacked you. What's stopping me and you, my brother?
I know, Kemo.
You saying all this other shit, but you're not answering me. You basically saying, all right, come on.
You've never attacked me.
Let me finish. All right, let me finish. You've been talking for a minute.
Go on. Sorry, go
on. You basically saying, come on, for me and you to be friends, or me and you to build, throw away everything what you doing. But what are you throwing away? That's why I keep asking you. What are you throwing away, and what are you bringing? You have no answer for that, but you already automatically tell me to throw away everything of mine.
I'm saying the reason why I'm saying that is
crazy, my brother.
No, it's not, because if we're gonna come.
Okay, so what is it? Bring it to the table.
Kemo, let me tell you. If we come to a table to talk, we both have to come with a clean slate. If we're both in the same situation, right? Because if we're both thinking we need to do something, bro. I don't need you to be influenced by something else when we say, Kemo, we need to do something. And Kemo may say, I got the answer. I want Kemo to come to the table with me the same way I'm coming to the table with him. I'm saying, bro, we need to do something, right? Yeah, we need to do something. So what I'm trying to say is, Kemo, I'm saying you've never disrespected me, and I've never thought of you as a disrespectful person. I haven't. But what I'm saying is, I'm looking at the thing that you're holding. And if at any point during the conversation, I'm just saying, if at any point during the conversation that I disrespect or talk badly or talk ill of the thing that you hold high, you're going to get on me. I know that.
I understand that, and I get your point. But my point is to say to you is, you know me, but I don't know you, my brother. What is you holding? So I can say, okay, sir, I agree with that, and I don't. You still ain't saying that.
That's true.
You just saying, fuck you, come on, what you talking about? Burn that. But I'm like, all right, my brother, I threw that out the window. Now tell me what you holding, and your answer is to me, I don't know. But you telling me automatically throw everything away.
That's true, because I haven't presented my thinking, right?
You get my point? That's why I said that's not right. So even if it was in the academics, you can't come and tell me to throw away my project and you still working on yours, Sarah.
But the thing is, Kemo, if we both come to a realization, if I say to you, Kemo, you know what, I haven't quite got the answer, yeah? But the answer that I do have is that the thing that you've been working with doesn't work. Right? So if I say, listen, Kemo, we're both trying to work out this math equation, right? We're both trying to work...
My answer is this.
Kemo, hang on, let me say, we're both trying to work out this math equation, yeah? And we both keep coming up, yeah, with maybe a wrong answer. And I'm saying, Kemo, you see that you keep using this this equation. I'm saying, Kemo, that one doesn't work, bro. You know it don't work. And you're saying, nah, I got to hold on to this. I'm saying, bro, listen, I may not have the answer, but we know your one don't work, bro. We know your one don't work.
You know what it is?
But you keep holding on to it.
Sarah, let me just ask you a question now. Yeah. So what I don't understand, I understand what you're saying still, But the part that I don't understand is, look, if we like you say, we identified that we're at the bottom of all these countries and all these places, and you know, we need to do something about that. That's clearly identifiable. So why can't we all come up with like some joint goals that we all agree on?
A code, yeah, a code. Yeah.
Wait, one sec. Why can't we goals that we all agree on? Yeah, that we know will better us as a people. Yeah, and then we all agree on this and we act on them. Yeah, this is nothing to do with anyone's religion. This is just about bettering black people and their position. Yeah, you can't agree or you can't align yourself with someone who agrees with you on all of these principles that are better black people just because they believe in the Most High, which is foolishness, fam. Get me? If we identify all of these,
the Most High's got a code.
Listen, forget that. Listen, we're talking about making a new code, like you said. You're talking about coming to the table, yeah, and figuring out these problems and bettering them in it. So what I'm saying is, if we come to the table with a fresh slate of how we're going to fix things, and then we come up with these bullet points or this new blueprint that's going to fix it, what's that got to do with anyone's religion?
Cool. All right, Ezra, I'll ask you a question. Are you going to hold this code that we just come up with over the code of your Most High?
Why does it have to be over it, fam? If it's not,
because that's going to be the code.
Sarah, wait there. How can the what would be in the code? Listen, Sarah. What would be in the code that goes against my religion or my belief system? Call it,
bro. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Yeah, listen to what I'm saying to you, bro. No businessman. Think about it as contracts. No businessman ever has a contract anywhere in place that's going to supersede the contract that they put on the table to anyone. Bro, let me tell you something. I'm not stupid.
How is listen, you're not understanding the point. Listen, Sarah, you're not understanding the point. Listen,
bro, I'm not stupid.
Sorry, listen. You're not understanding the point that I'm actually making. I'm saying, we come up with a new blueprint, that is gonna better black people, and we come up with this unanimously, and we all agree on it. Bam. It don't go against none of our belief systems. So why would I then have to choose my belief system over it if it doesn't go against it?
Because and I tell you why. Because
what in the Bible is against? Listen, bro. What in the Bible is against the betterment? Listen, what in the Bible is against the betterment of black people?
Like I said, okay, let's look at your Hebrewism. Your Hebrewism, disrespects African people, does it not?
Huh?
No, it doesn't.
Say that again.
No, it doesn't.
That's why I'm here to bun that, Sarah. That's why it's a kemo, Sarah. Kemo here to bun that interview. That's why I keep saying I'm with my brother.
Kemo.
Boy.
Wait. Listen, Sarah.
You know that the Bible tells us to love people. Listen, Sarah. Even though the Egyptians had us as slaves. Sarah, 1 second. Even though the Egyptians had us as slaves, you know the Bible tells us not to hate the Egyptians because we were foreigners in their land. So I don't know what kind of Israelites you've been talking about, but the Bible ain't teaching to go and hate the Hamites or any African.
It's becoming personal now. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking. This is the thing. Like I don't know, bruv.
No, but you're talking out of ignorance. That's the problem. You're talking out of ignorance.
Sarah,
but
what are you saying? No, you say the Bible hates.
Hang on. What I'm doing is, I am literally safeguard against anything that is going to supersede my code. I am safe. I don't give a damn. The code that I write, that is written between all of the clans, must be. Where's the echo coming from?
Yours, Phil. You got it on YouTube.
Yeah, the codes that. Yeah, no, it's still echo.
Yeah, can you mute your mic?
Not from my side.
Yeah, it's coming through your mic.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like I'm saying, the code that is written, not just my code, because all the other clans that come together have a piece of it. They'll be like, all right, cool. We write the code, we sit down together, bum. We say, yep, this is what's cool. We all agree, bum. No code, no ones, bro, should supersede that. But the problem with, like I said to you, people think I'm not about to be anyone's dickhead right about now. I'm not about to go into contract with a man who's got a contract with someone else. Do you get what I'm saying? Who I can't even verify. Nah, bun that, bruv. Now, bun that, because the thing is, you hold that contract here, really and truly. I know you hold that contract higher than the contract that you and me just signed. I know it.
Listen, guys,
You've been watching too much Sign at a TV, man.
No, listen. Guys, 1 minute. Let me just say, I have to go on I have to also come in a little, please.
Yo, let me just say this. I'm gonna mute my mic. You can go. What Sarah is basically saying is, yeah, because a man has a cleaning company, yeah, he won't join partners with him and make a mechanic or a garage. You get me? If a garage, you know, they've got a business plan on making a garage, yeah, but he won't do it because this guy owns a cleaning company. Basically, that's silly. You can come together also and make a new plan, yeah, and set up a new thing. It doesn't have to coincide with your other one. It doesn't have to supersede the other one either.
Yeah, fam. If you want to understand is this, yeah.
Yeah, go
Sarah,
on. Go on. Sorry.
Listen carefully. See,
yeah, I'm listening, bro.
Whichever code you think you can bring up, right? Okay, so the fact is, okay, the Hebrews say they have a Bible, and then it hasn't worked, in your opinion, right? The Muslim have the Quran.
Has it worked in your opinion? No?
Wait, I'm coming. And the Muslim have Quran, it hasn't worked, and the other religions too hasn't worked. Therefore, you are going to write a new code, right?
Correct.
Okay, now, which means you'll be the divine one to bring your code for people to follow, isn't it?
Nope. Because I would
what
tell you
are you then? What would you be then?
That's what I said 10 minutes ago.
Listen, I will tell you 100% straight. You see this code? Yeah. It was written by a man. No kind of God never told me to write it. No God told me to write it. This ain't
was
divine.
Not written by a man?
Listen, bro, listen to what I'm saying to you, yeah? It's like a law that the government write. The law don't tell you that the government don't tell you the laws that they write came from a divine God. They say, well, this is the law of the government.
You know about chemokinetic studies, right?
Bro, I'm
telling you, like bro. Isis and Ra. You know, some people say they're a man, and like 1,000 years later, humans took them up as God. So 1,000 years later, after you drop your law, are people gonna follow you as a God, Bridget?
So
you want some bullshit?
Cool. Okay, cool. Let's use that analogy. Cool. What do you think Abraham is then? What do you think Muhammad is?
Not God.
No, but he's
not God.
What do you think Muhammad is, bro? What do you think Jesus is? It's just men. They're men that said some shit,
but who worship them?
Shit, and people now, 1,000 years later, are saying, "Oh, these people were divine." Yo, bro, ain't no one divine. This is what I'm trying
Who
to tell
said
you.
they were divine? Who said that?
You know, I follow you, my brother, but you don't want to meet us in the middle, my brother. You gotta meet in the middle, my brother.
One second. One sec. You're going to ask the same questions over and over again. It's asking the same question over and over again.
I'm not God, bro.
Yeah, let's move on. Because what I understand Sarah is saying is this, yeah?
Wait, listen. I'm going to have Issa come in, then Shani, then Rasford come in, yeah? Let's go.
Okay, big up. I was just going to say, Sarah, unfortunately, you haven't studied none of these. No. So I just want to use him as the example in my question, so please just bear with me.
If you keep going to Sarah, then no one else on the panel will have a chat. But I want Shani to come in. If you talk to Sarah, Shani can come in after you, can she?
Okay, all right. No, I won't address Sarah. I'll just state my point. Basically, it's like this. One of the things we must, as a collective of people, deal with, that if someone is calling to something and rejecting something else, we must make sure, number one, Theo, can you mute your mic, please? You got some real noise going on there, bro. Brother Theo? Thank you, bro. Yeah, so if someone is calling to something and rejecting something else, particularly the things that so many black people hold dear or use as systems of life, that person must demonstrate that they are learned in those systems to be able to detail and show us why those things are wrong for us and why they will not benefit or help us be successful in those systems.
Correct.
If all they can say is, well, look at these people and look what they've done here and look at what they've done there, that is not a demonstration. The demonstration would have to come. One sec, brother. I mean, it's not specifically to you. I'm just making it a general thing. I was, obviously off the back of what you said. My point is, in relation to whatever you're going to present, it would have to be in relation to whatever somebody's going to present as a successful model. They would have to be able to know the various subjects of sociology, psychology, politics, all these different things, right? So therefore, you would have to be able to detail this or these things to those people. And for sure, unfortunately, Sarah, you're not qualified to do that. Thank you very much.
Shani?
Well,
okay.
that's cool. I mean, that's cool. But like I said, when the code's presented, yeah, and when it's put out there, yeah, then it is what it is. Do you get what I'm saying? So I hear you have that opinion, and I'm really not even mad at that opinion right now. I'm not even gonna lie. But if and when, yeah, the code's presented, yeah, then when it's presented, I'll be like, all right, cool. Read that, and then you tell me. That's all I'm saying.
So I think as like what we're talking about is obviously how we can be together to like bring this a betterment together, right? And obviously Sarah presented the argument that with his code, it would be the way, and we drop all our current ways of life, right? But I think what the point in this in here is that all our ways of life have the same root. That's the thing. So if you want to start, like, the thing is, you can't start. Issa, sorry, you're right. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
We can't start something. I mean, if you want to start something new, right? That's not going to be divine. But the difference is with all our religions, it's divine. So the blueprint is divine. That's the whole point. And what we need to do.
But you can't prove that, Shani.
Yeah, but we do prove it though, in the sense that look at the miraculous things that happen in the world, and we're all told of these things through the blueprint. Sarah, this is the thing. You live your life based off of the fact that these things were given to you beforehand. So what knowledge you think you have, you don't realize, but that knowledge is from God, right? Because you've already.
Oh, come on, Shani, man. Like, seriously.
The reason why I say this is because you say that you know about this religion, and this religion, right? So if you know about all the religions, do you not think the way that you got to your way of thinking was by taking from all those religions to get this way? And what you're doing is you're not taking from the religions and the man of the religion. You're taking from the word of God, right? The word of the Most High. So that's like
Shani, there is no Most High that can be proven. That's my point. Like,
that's cool.
The point is you can find people writing codes. You can find people writing books.
The whole point is yours not going to be divine, whereas we all are connected by a divine code.
I've never claimed it's going to be divine, and you can't even prove yours is divine. That's what I'm trying to say.
We do prove it, like I just said. In our codes, it tells us about the miracles of life, right? How would we know about these miracles of life? Like things, for instance, how we know how old a baby is inside the mother's womb. How would we know these things without the divine knowledge of the Most High? How would we know things like why the sea was parted and there's two seas that meet each other and so on and so forth without the knowledge of the Most High? There's so many different things. There's so many different, or even the fact that mountains come above the earth as they do below it. So these
what are you talking about
this
right
is the
now?
thing. So you don't know the sciences. This is the thing. You don't know the science.
There ain't no science in the Quran.
All right, we'll leave that to another time for me to demonstrate that, Sarah. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You haven't studied.
This is the thing,
bro.
So
Do you know what it is? On that point, yeah. On that point, you underestimate. This is what I'm trying to say. You guys underestimate what people knew at the time. What? You know, I've heard so many Muslims say, "Oh, how could someone know this at the time, bro?" You had you had people of Nubia, people of Nile Valley mapping out star systems 56,000 years ago.
Yeah.
75,000 years ago. You're saying, oh, how could a man 1,500 years ago know this? Bro, you ain't got a clue.
No, but you're not
about
listening to what I'm saying, though, Sarah.
You ain't got a clue about what people knew.
The thing is, you're not listening to what I'm saying because I'm saying we're all connected by divinity, right? So when you talk to Beefy, where's Beefy gone? He just left the call, so we're going to lose it. He needs to come back, right?
Yeah, but the point is, yeah, Sarah, the whole point.
I'm speaking. Sorry, don't skip me into the point. We're waiting for Beefy. So let me just finish what I'm saying. We're all connected by divinity, right? And even Beefy, if he was here, like I was going to like refer it to him, he would tell you that his faith, his belief system was here before before our ones, right? And we all believe that it started from Adam. But even with that, that is the divinity right there. That's where it is. So Adam was the first man. And then everything from there is divinity. It's being divine. So when it comes to the Egyptians and their knowledge, that all comes from the Most High. That's not just, they don't just get it from nowhere. There's already a blueprint, and we all connect to each other. And what we're told is there's been prophecies and prophets sent down to many nations throughout from the beginning of time till now. So you can look at me and be like, oh, I'm just on Quran. That's cool. That's the way of life that I currently follow in this climate and the environment that I live in. But I understand that there are other ways of life, and they're all connected through divinity. So whatever you want to start is not going to work. And it's from Satan. It's from Shaitan. That's what it is.
It's from Shaitan, yeah. Me and you definitely can't.
You were trying to align
can't
yourself.
unify, you know.
You're trying to align yourself with the Most High, and I think that in itself is from Shaitan.
Shani, definitely.
Okay, Sarah, I want to one question from you. See, the point is this.
Hang on.
One second.
The point is, you guys keep going on, man. Let someone also speak.
Beefy, control it, Beefy. Learn the time.
One second.
Respect the host.
Yeah,
this is what I'm talking about.
At the beginning. Wait, 1 sec. So I said at the beginning, I don't want this to be a personal thing. So I'm saying, I want people we're talking about how we can move forward. Yeah.
Right, but now
so it's not about
Beefy. But it's all centered on Sarah.
Let me finish. Sorry.
Sorry.
When we start making personal attacks, it's not going to solve anything. Yeah. So me, it's what I said from the beginning. I want people to come with what they think the problem is and what the solution is, not attacking what another person is saying their solution is.
Okay,
that's not solving nothing.
If I respond to that, BC, yeah, this is why I say so many times wholeheartedly, this is why I can't unify. Listen, I brought no disrespect, you know. In the language of these things, listen, in the language of the thing, they're calling man Shaitan, they're calling man the most evil, disrespectful, darkest, most disgusting, vile or thing that they could ever be. They call me the Shaitan, bro. And then you expect me, listen to me, you expect me to sit down at a table with you, bro.
Yeah, but I didn't say that. You shouldn't have said that, though, sis.
That's why we're...
I was just about to tell her that you shouldn't have said that, Johnny. You shouldn't have said that, my sister.
I didn't say he is. I said it's of. And it's from.
It's from.
Difference, man. Stop.
Hold on, Sean. Listen, my sister. Listen so you can understand, my sister. When we have a conversation like this openly and freely, we should never throw Shaitan and somebody a demon while we're freely talking. Yeah, that's going to automatically run him away. We're not allowed to do that, and nowhere does it teach us to do that, bro.
And also, I want to say this. You guys talking of Quran, Bible, that's not what we're discussing here. That was not the conversation.
I agree.
Let me start. Let me also talk, man.
Order. Everyone mute your mic, please.
Let me also talk.
Everyone mute your mic, please. Everyone mute your mics. Yeah? Sure. This thing is about us black people getting together. You see, my thing, yeah, I see what religion does, cause a lot of division. When people want to hold on to something, we're not attacking anyone's. I'm not here to attack anyone's religion or anything. We're here to move forward. You come with what you think as a problem is and what your solution is. That way, it does not become a personal attack with anyone.
It's not a personal attack. Okay, it's not a personal attack. I'm saying, you know what? Why are you unmuting your mic and I'm just talking to Beefy? Let me just finish what I'm saying, please. Because what I'm saying is, it's from Shaitan. The same persons, their idea was to tell us to let go of what our belief system is because it's this.
Okay, Shani, my question.
Beefy, please understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. But my thing to you, my question would be:
you can't say that though. That's just like I told you. Your best thing was telling them.
No chemo, so she can say it, man. That's the thinking, man.
I hear it, but I'm trying to tell her best thing would have said to reply to him like I did. Okay, so we throw it away all the way. Then what's your reply? And then you're gonna see Sarah fumble. Okay, that's what I'm trying to show her how.